WXXL HD1, Severies, Orlando. XL
1067. Wake up Orlando, the sun is on fire. Johnny's house blazing, we taking it higher. Hall of Fame legend Johnny Magic's flow. On XL 1067, running the whole show. Brian bringing jokes like a stand-up ninja. Punchline so sharp they cut when they hit ya. Ray got no filter, she might just explode. What will she say next? Nobody knows. Theories on the socials, the queen of the clicks. Spinning reels like a DJ turning those tricks. Johnny drives the train, we almost off the tracks. Orlando is ours, yeah, we taking it back. XL's the fire, Johnny's house is the spark. We the voice of the city, we light up the dark. On your drive while you hustle, while you break and you grind. It's Orlando's number one, always on top. This is Johnny's house, feel that energy rise. The number one morning show, lighting up the skies. Turn the volume up, put your hands to the beat. Orlando's life pulse right on your street.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. 6 o'clock, Orlando's number one hit music station. It's XL 1067 on a Wednesday morning. You are listening to Johnny's House. I want to say a lot of things happening today. They said showers and thunderstorms, and if that ain't happening, sun's going to be out. We are hitting rain season, y'all. It's going to rain every day for the next week or so. High today of 89. It's 73.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, so it's been 27 years since the Blues Brothers 2000. And I guess
I found it unnecessary then, but okay.
I know. And I guess now there's a new Blues Brothers universe. So it's gonna include TV shows, movies, and a graphic novel. So if you're a big fan, know somebody who is, there you go. So it's all gonna kick off with a graphic novel called The Blues Brothers: The Escape of Gillette and Gillette Jake.
I don't know. The Blues Brothers was before me.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was too young to really appreciate it.
I just remember the Blues Brothers because of the House of Blues here. Yeah. And they used to very much not manifest, but it used to be all about them.
Well, they still have the statues you can take pictures in front of.
It's Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, who was from Saturday Night Live, and they were just two brothers that broke one out of jail. And
those two families of them, they're the ones that putting on the universe.
Really? Jake and Elwood, and one got a mission from God, and
see, I didn't even know any of that. I just know the I'm a soul man, and them dancing and singing with the suits on. That's all
what
I
you guys
know.
doing? They always say we're on a mission from God.
So I have no date for you, but there you go. Look out for the universe for the Blues Brothers.
Yeah, I can't wait.
When they went on a little tour, and they used to sell out.
Yeah, no,
because they were
that love them.
Yeah.
It was just pre-me. I was too young.
Yeah. So obviously Mother's Day is this weekend, and they put together some of the best movies to watch on Mother's Day. So this is Harper's Bazaar.
Harper's Bazaar. Hold on, let me get the buzzer ready.
Johnny got a subscription.
I ain't even gonna get a ding. It's all gonna be buzzer. I'm telling you now.
Mamma Mia. Obviously. The Parent Trap. Obviously.
That's a good one.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
That's a great movie.
Have you seen all of these?
Yes, I have.
I've never seen Everything, All at Once.
No.
I love that movie. So A24
them.
films, they're the best.
Mommy Dearest.
Oh,
no, they beat somebody with a hanger in that one.
No more wire hangers.
Yes.
That's not a good one.
Pride and Prejudice.
I ain't seen that.
Why? Yeah, so I don't know if you
all
want
of them.
Yeah, Harper Bazaar for ya. Okay, so this is really cool. Spike Lee has reunited with Denzel Washington.
Yes.
Did you see this? They joined forces with also A$AP Rocky for this new movie. And so they actually came out and they were talking about the trailer yesterday for this upcoming A24 film, Highest to Lowest is what it's going to be called. So it's like only a 50-second trailer, but it looks really good. I mean, Denzel Washington is there playing David King, who gets caught up with a crucial ransom scheme. But I was like, okay, A$AP Rocky, Ice Spice is going to be in it. Spike Lee. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty good. Spike Lee plans to have the Highest to Lowest at the Cannes Festival.
I've always said it wrong.
I know,
Cannes.
I've always said cons, but who knows?
Cannes later on this month, but the film is going to premiere in theaters at the end of the summer. So I thought that was really cool that they're doing it like the smaller version at the festival, and then they're doing that. Then the movie's going to appear on Apple TV in September. So highest to lowest, August 22nd, if you want to see it.
They probably have to wait till Denzel is done with his run on Broadway to promote it because he's on Broadway every day, 2 times on Saturdays and Sundays.
That's so true.
So
this is going to be Ice Spice's first film role.
Really?
And so that's pretty interesting for her.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Interesting. All right. Updates on what we've been doing. We'd like to give them to you. We'll do it next right here on Johnny's House. You think this is gonna be the norm now? You pick a hit song and just redo the lyrics.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
think it's gonna be the thing?
That's
amazing.
A while.
Yeah, but that's amazing. It's like some people it doesn't even know that music isn't original.
Yeah.
No, it's Gautier.
I
Which,
love
by the way,
him.
was like one of the biggest selling one-hit wonders ever.
Yeah,
like I think they sold like 12 million copies of that.
618, showers, thunderstorms, 70% chance of rain. When that's not happening, it'll be sunny. So don't let it fool you. Sun's gonna be out. Ain't nobody talking about rain, and they're saying it's for the next 7 days. 89 is our high, 73 right now. Let's see. Had meetings here yesterday. Went to pick up the kid at school. Had a meeting with his teachers, getting his schedule ready for next year. Talked about some assignments that he was missing, and he's like, "Let's just have the talk." I'm like, "Nah, man. I'm not having a talk. You know what you need to do?
Yeah.
What we need to talk about,
right?
Do it. You get an A. You don't do it. You get a B. Do you want to be a B person in your life? That's on you. You decide what you want to do. I'm done with the speeches.
He is doing really well, though.
Yeah, he is. He really is, and I'm proud of him. I'm like, good. I told him, I said, listen, I have a little college fund set up for you, but if you get scholarships, I'm gonna take that money and buy a Lamborghini. So,
oh,
I ain't got that much money saved up.
He said, for me?
Right? He's like, it should be going to me.
I don't think it works like that. I think you take that money out, they go tax the heck out of it. I think it has to go to the schools.
I did Florida prepaid.
Yeah, that's
so,
what I did.
Well, then you're good. You can use it for whatever you want.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I told him, I said, get them scholarships, boy. Go ahead.
You got 10 years to use it. If you don't use it within the 10, you can just cash it out.
That's what I might be doing. Get them scholarships. Ray, how was yours?
It was good. We had a meeting around here, and then I had another virtual meeting after that.
Hey, in that meeting, Ray said, some people need to get their blank together.
She
yeah,
did.
I did. I'm like, you know what? They're like, yeah, something competition. I said, yeah, internally. Y'all need to get your
need to get together. I'm like, oh.
There's Ray.
It's just difficult sometimes to have patience when everybody in this room wants to survive and succeed.
Yes.
I felt like I was aggressive in that meeting.
Hold on,
so.
I ain't done yet. In the same meeting, Brian go, hey, don't talk to me like that. Because we know that's BS. We know this. All I'm asking you to do is be straight with me.
That's all I'm saying.
You put lipstick on a pig.
I won't. That's what I said. You can't put lipstick on a pig and try to hand it to me and tell me it's pretty. Like, yo, I've been here a long time. Don't patronize me.
Is that what he said?
Look, I'll fight with you. You know that. Like, I'll be the first one on the front lines, whatever you need me to do.
Absolutely.
But if you sit here and try to lie to me, then no.
I'm not gonna lie. When I heard Brian going off, I was like puffing my chest. I was like, yeah.
No, but he's right. He's right. And then Ray said, and what they need to do is get it together.
Yeah, I was just putting an exclamation point to what you said.
I didn't mean to incite the riot.
No, it was good. Anyway, go ahead.
But no, and then after that, I had a doctor's appointment, and then my son had a doctor's appointment. So just driving all over the world.
Really?
Yeah.
You're putting some miles on that new little vehicle.
Seriously, my gosh.
B.
I felt like I was never going to get out of here yesterday. So we had the meeting, which went longer than we had anticipated. That was fine. And then I came in here and I forgot I had a meeting with Red Mountain Weight Loss. Just kind of a check-in. So I'm doing well, by the way. I've lost 12 total pounds.
Nice.
And all my vitals are good. I got to get new blood work. So they sent that in.
I got blood work today. That's why I'm drinking water.
So they told me you're really good. I'm only a few pounds away from my target. So they're like, well, we'll get to your target and then we'll work on maintaining it. I said, okay, that sounds good. So I did that. But then I had to help the sister station, our rock station, get their cameras up and running. And I won't leave if something's is beating me.
Yeah.
And some of the software yesterday was not working and it was beating me. I'm like, no, I can't go home. And they're like, just go figure it out tomorrow. I'm like, no. And I figured it out
today.
Yeah.
Very
so
good.
I did figure it out, but I didn't get home until like 3:00 yesterday. So no nap. Just hung out with the wife. We went and had dinner last night.
Oh, cool. Norris, how you feel? How you feeling?
Good. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, at one point I passed Brian and I was like, bro, you're a real one for doing that. Yeah. So did some work with you guys, the meeting, and then social media. And then I took a nap, and then my friends, they just like spontaneously asked me to go to the Knox concert.
Okay.
He came to, he was a part of the acoustic rooftop that we did last summer.
I wasn't there, but I got his Yeti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that.
Great.
Yeah.
So shout out to Boss Man for like pulling through last minute. So obviously we know Knox. So I was like, hey, is it possible to do like a meet and greet? And I got to do a meet and greet with one of my friends who is a huge fan. And then I also did more social media. So I'm going to edit that today. But yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
We got food. We got drinks. We got the concert all night. Oh my gosh, it was a great time.
Okay.
Very spontaneous. Yeah.
Okay. You were feeling better.
Yes. Hey, those things come and go. All
Okay,
right?
hey.
Listen, one Advil will do the job.
No, I got
I'm
you.
just
Tomorrow, take it at 6 a.m. then.
All right. Listen, there's a brand new ID. It's called Real ID, and it's supposed to be out, and you're supposed to be using it. We're going to talk about that next on Johnny's House. 634, it is Johnny's house. We're going to talk about the real ID and then a fake ID on the way on Johnny's house. $638, it is Johnny's house Wednesday, and it's going to be sunny and then rainy. 70% chance of rain today. 89 is the high. 73 right now. As of today, you have to have what they call a real ID. And if it's a driver's license, it has to have a star in the corner. And I checked mine. I didn't know I had it. I'm like, damn, I got to go get in that line. But I had it. And with the real ID, it is a enhanced security of your driver's license or identification card issued by states to meet a federal requirement. Now, if you don't have one, they say you can't fly. But if you got your passport and all that stuff,
there's a list of things that will work, but it's going to slow you down.
Yeah, they said they're not going to stop you today, but you will have to go through another line to get that done. So when we were talking about the real ID, Ray want to talk about the fake ID. I've never had a fake ID. You got to understand, the way I grew up, my household was just no. It was like, hey, Dad, can I go to so? Well, that's a little bit of, and I didn't sneak. There was no sneaking.
Yeah.
It was you and your sister, right? And Brian, you and your brother.
Right.
So I was the youngest of 5, but there was no sneaking.
So when you were growing up, though, was the drinking age 18 or 21? Because I don't know when it changed.
Okay. When I was growing up, in my senior year, it was 18. So after the football game, we go up to Godfather Pizza and then get beer.
I think that's when the people really started going in on fake IDs because you graduated high school, you went to college, but you're in that limbo where I'm not old enough to drink yet.
Yes.
Because they changed it from 18 to 21.
Yes. I think that's what it was because we didn't. I never thought about having a fake ID.
Right, because you didn't really need it.
No, you didn't need it. And Ray, you had one.
Yeah, I did. So I would use my sister's all the time because my sister and I are only
where?
Clubs you weren't supposed to be in.
So we used to frequent the UCF bars before they got totaled and shut down and all that stuff.
You showed them a middle school ID. They'd let you drink.
No joke.
So I was in high school and my sister was already 18. And so when I was 16, I was using her ID to get into those. And then I started hanging out with my sister. And so I used my cousin's ID from New York. Yeah. And
you just roll up there like you're that person.
Yep.
Now you're supposed to remember everything on it so they can if they ask you questions.
I mean, I could still remember my cousin's address in New York because I used it so frequently down here.
Did you sign her signature? Because I've seen that too.
That is where I messed up. So there was one security guard that was a little testy. And he asked me to write my signature that was on the ID. My dumb ass wrote my signature and not my cousin's signature. And he was like, nope, gig is up. And I was like, dang it.
Did he call the police over?
No. It was just like, he actually took it though. He kept it. And I was like, dang. I was like, can I please just have it back?
Here's the thing. If you're in line, you can tell if it's the nice bouncer or the mean one. So you would still try because I'm sure you weren't the first one.
I didn't know he was like the mean one though. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna try. Like I gotten away with it so many times. I was like, there's no way.
I'm just assuming if I got a fake ID, I'm looking at everybody in front of me. I'm making sure he's checking air. I'm trying to see how he handles it before me.
Which one doesn't pay close attention? Well, it's also easier for a pretty girl than for a guy. A guy's going to get scrutinized.
Yeah. And I think I got so cocky with it that I wasn't even paying attention to my surroundings or even judging the security guard because I was like, I've been here, done this, whatever.
So your friends got in and you didn't?
Yeah.
So what, you had to go back home or they came back out?
No, so my other friend actually left with me, but I was with my sister because I couldn't use hers. I had to use my cousin's. And so my sister was inside having a good time and I was like, all right.
So your sister said, all right, bye.
Yeah. I was like, I'll wait for you out here.
Brian, you have one?
No, never had a fake ID. I mean, I had access to people that had access, so I didn't have to worry about it too much. And then when I was going to 18 and up clubs when I was 18 in high school, like my senior year of high school, I turned 18 the last month.
This I know, Narish, you didn't have one.
No, I did not. I love that.
I had a friend back then. They were laminated. Right?
Yeah.
And I had a friend. What he would do is that where your birthday was, he would cut a little small incision and change the year, and then take a hairdryer and blot out it. And
that's the way to go.
And you could never tell.
Wow.
There was no scanner back in the day.
No.
You just looked at it.
And like now there's like a hologram or like a whatever.
It looked like a school ID card back in the day.
What was that? All in the back, they had the black light posters and all.
Spencer.
You could buy a fake ID at Spencer's.
Excuse me?
Yeah, and it would just have the place where you put the photo wasn't there, but it would be like Illinois, blah 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 blah. And they said, and they'll say this is for entertainment purposes only.
Oh, yeah.
Please. They know there's an audience going in there.
Yes, they did. So your thing is, if you put the photo in and had all you need to do was find someone that had a laminate machine.
Well, in Florida, they did backgrounds. So if you had a yellow background, you were one age. If you had a blue background, you were another age.
I remember hearing about that.
Goodness. So I want to find out, in growing up, did you ever have a fake ID? It's harder now. It's really harder now.
And if they have one of those machines, it ain't gonna work.
Oh yeah, now it's got the machines. You got to check them in. Got a pair of tickets to see Allie and AJ at the Hard Rock Live on October 2nd. Had a fake ID because if you had one, you got stories to tell. 407-919-1067 877-919-1067. You can't get through, you can text. Our XL Mobile is available for texting. It's 41067. Live streamers, wake up. We want to hear from you, and we'll throw it on social media. It is real ID. You got to have it today, but we want to hear about your fake one. If you have one, we want to hear it because you got a story. So call us now on Johnny's House. David Guetta, Ava Max, Forever Young. It is 6:53 and Johnny's house. Well, it's going to rain today. And it's going to rain every day for the next week or so. So much they said that the drought situation should be over. And when it's not raining, it's going to be sunny. 89 is our high, 73 right now. All right, the Real ID starts today. You need to have a star on your driver's license or identification card if you want to travel. They're not going to stop you from getting on the plane, but it's going to take you just a little bit longer. So we're talking about real IDs. Ray said, let's talk about fake IDs. And you're the only one on the show that ever had one. I just want to find out, did you have a fake ID and what did you do with it? From Kissimmee, Patrick, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Patrick, you got a fake ID.
Well, I used my brother's ID.
And
So I'm kind of like Ray.
And why did you feel that you needed one?
Well, because he was older than me, and I could get into the liquor store and use it in the liquor store.
Yeah, that's like the main reason.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
No, check. Well, this one gets better. I actually took a drug test for my brother because he was smoking a little weed, and I had to go in there and take a drug test for him with his ID and everything.
Oh,
I believe that's a felony. I don't know for
It
sure,
absolutely is.
but it sounds like that's a felony.
So
to
I'm
me.
assuming y'all aren't twins, but you look a lot alike.
Oh, definitely. I dealt with it all through high school. They'd be like, oh, what up, Kurt? And I'm like, what up? I got so tired of telling me I'm Patrick. So
Wow.
So how far in age? What's the difference?
it's like a year and a half difference.
Okay.
Wow. And you
Almost two.
had to go through a drug test for your brother.
Yeah, I know. And I was sitting there. They're like, Kurt. And I'm like, oh, yeah. That's it.
Oh no.
That's a good brother. I'm not sure I would do
I
that.
know.
Seriously.
That's what they call. That's a big ask.
Yeah,
right there.
it
That's a
really
big
is.
I would
ask.
remind him every day that I did that.
Man, I got one other question. Hey, Patrick, did your family ever find out about it? Your parents ever find out?
Oh, they knew.
Oh, they knew. Okay, that's a good family. From Winter Garden, Taylor. Good morning.
Good morning.
You didn't have a fake ID?
No, I don't have any siblings. I am an only child, so I was like I wouldn't say sheltered, but I had a helicopter mom. Like there was no way I was going to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, same here.
But once I went to UCF, I had sorority sisters. No, I didn't have any that looked like me, but I had ways of somehow getting wristbands to be able to drink. Gum was involved.
Yeah.
Of course.
I've done that.
Of course. And here's the thing. I don't know how it is now. It's probably harder now, but back then, UCF bars, you just walked up. Now, come on in.
I did not know that. Like I said, I was sheltered. I was so afraid of getting in trouble. Like I did not want to do that. So I did not even try.
But you got that fake wristband though. Ray, what they say?
Somebody said I always used a fake ID when I was a teenager. The problem was I grew up in a small town in Citrus County and everyone knew everyone, so I couldn't get away with it.
Of course. That's that Smallville stuff right there. Brian.
XL Mobile powered by Attorney Dan Newland. Interact need to check. It's a no-brainer. Call Attorney Dan Newland. Someone said I didn't need to use a fake ID because the DMV made a mistake and put the wrong background on my ID when I was 16.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
So people would just look at the background and not even check the date
And let you in.
and just let you roll right through.
Dang. All right, Taylor, we're going to hook you up with those Allie and AJ at the Hard Rock Live October the 2nd. Ray, what's going on?
The guy that drove into Jennifer Aniston's gate,
Mhm.
it's now turned into a stalking situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
3 minutes away from that, y'all. 3 minutes right here on Johnny's house.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
So yesterday I told you about the guy that drove into Jennifer Aniston's gate.
Yep.
This is her Bel Air home, and he's now been identified. Her security did a good job, though. As soon as he drove through the gate, they held him at gunpoint until police officers got there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, LAPD are looking into it and investigating Jimmy Wayne, who drove on the property.
Damn, Jimmy Wayne.
Jimmy Wayne.
Damn, Jimmy.
And now they're finding evidence to look into it as a stalking incident.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a Facebook page with several bizarre, like, rambling posts.
About her?
Yeah, including one from like last October. He was talking about how Jennifer was going to become his bride.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, he was arrested on suspicion of felony vandalism and is currently being held at the LA County Jail without bail. But now they're looking into the stalking situation.
I blame his family. I'm telling you, I blame his family. Because if you're sitting there, you got a relative posting that they're in love or they're going to marry some Jennifer Aniston, and you ain't step in and say, what's the name again?
Jimmy Wayne.
Uncle Jimmy. Now, Uncle Jimmy, you ain't marrying that woman.
Remember I was telling you that sister of the person that was stalking, who was it, Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
And she thought that he literally was in love with another woman named Miley, but she had no idea it was Miley Cyrus.
No. Okay.
So, and that woman is now doing a show on the ID channel about her stalking sibling, how she had no idea he was stalking
did he
Miley
say Jennifer
Cyrus.
Or did he say Jennifer Aniston in his post?
He said Jennifer Aniston.
Okay, what's the okay?
That kind of shuts down what I'm saying.
Right.
But sometimes the siblings don't know. So I guess Kanye West and Piers Morgan, they were doing an interview. Did you see this?
I heard they were about to do an interview.
Yeah. So their latest interview came to like a screeching halt. Now they both have like different conflicting reports on what went wrong, but they were at a mansion in Spain, and his friend Sneeko. Have you ever Sneeko is like this dude that he's been hanging out with. They've been releasing like new music together.
No.
But anyways, so Pierce was going live with him, or trying to, and I guess the response to the questions for the time being, Kanye West said that you're going to have to live with those. And he took his earpiece out and he got up and walked away.
Wow.
Then Piers Morgan didn't really explain much, but he was talking about how Kanye is just a big baby who couldn't take the heat. And they're both now retreating back to their corners, basically talking smack to each other about the situation. But there's like this juicy media engagement around it. So we don't know exactly if
So how much did they record? Did they record any?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they're going to release any of it, or, if they're kind of just going to scrap it and try to start over again. Okay. But you could see this like interview, like a little video of him like taking his earpiece out and getting up and walking away. I can see where
Piers Morgan is upset, because I know he had to jump through a million hoops to get that interview.
Yep.
And then to get there and it didn't work out. It's like, dude, come on, really?
Well, it's like also you're in Spain.
Yes.
So it's like,
he had to travel. Yeah. He was like, hey, we got an exclusive. We got Kanye. He's going to talk to you. Sure, he's going to talk to Kanye. We're coming. You're going to be there? I'll be there. You sure? We're pulling up. You there, Kanye? And then to get there, and he goes, nah, I'm out.
Yeah,
but you can't rely on him for nothing. Like you should have had that in the back of your mind the whole time.
And I hope Pierce didn't leave Spain yet, because maybe he'll turn around this morning and be like, all right, let's sit down again. Who knows?
If I was a staff, I'm like, hey, look, dude, we here, man. Can we just stay for a couple days?
Right, just hang, see the sights.
We're already here.
So we obviously talked about the Met Gala all day yesterday, but there's a strict no phone policy, and Megan Thee Stallion, I don't know if you saw her videos.
She broke it.
She did. She definitely did.
At the table.
And she was sitting at the table. You could see her eating like escargot, and she's sitting there with Doechii, and she's talking to Angel Reese, and they're toasting their like lobster truffle and like all that stuff. So I will not be surprised if Megan Thee Stallion will not be invited back.
I'm gonna say I bet she's not, because you gotta
make
an
point.
example.
Yeah.
And she's a big enough name, but not important enough in the fashion industry to make a point.
Yeah.
Like they would look the other way on Rihanna.
Yeah.
But Rihanna wouldn't do that.
Heck no. But there's Megan Thee Stallion. She deleted several videos that she posted on Instagram last night, probably because somebody was like, no, hey, hello, that no phone policy is real.
What's my girl's name? Anna Winter.
Yeah.
She's probably like, hey, y'all, you got to go over there and kiss the ring.
Yeah.
You got to kiss the ring. You want to come back, you got to kiss the ring.
But she did it while sitting at the table. She posted like Stevie Wonder, who took the stage Like she posted a lot of things that was behind the
She
scenes.
said she don't care.
Yeah, so
That's
Usher.
what she said.
The crazy thing is that Usher and Stevie Wonder, I guess, headline the Met Monday night.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Until that video?
And there's little clips that are out there.
Ooh, boy, can you imagine Anna Wintour's like all these years? And she got mad when they did the celebrity one in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden Megan Thee Stallion gonna show what you're eating?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I forgot which person it was last year. He took a picture in the bathroom and he was smoking a cigarette. And she
Ooh.
never invited him back either.
I heard that this girl got in an elevator with her and she was never invited either.
Oh,
Like, you're not
really?
allowed to get in an elevator with her.
With Anna Williams?
No, with Ann, what's her name?
Anna Wintour.
Anna Wintour.
Anna Wintour?
Yes.
Yeah.
We should have that around here.
Yeah.
Can't get in the elevator with Johnny, you're gonna get fired.
If you want me to spread that rumor, I can.
They already think bad enough of you.
I know.
That's
I
true.
know.
They see you and they turn around.
They do.
Can't be in the same hallway with Johnny. That's the rule.
Don't
You
make
see him
eye
coming,
contact.
find another hallway.
I do go
breathe
down
in
back
his
steps though. I do
So do
that.
I.
know. What's trending is up next on Johnny's House. 710, Johnny's house, sunny and then rain, 70% chance of that. 89 is a high, 73 right now. We're asking early. We're going to do Football Friday again. If you're not familiar with that, that's when we take the whole show and broadcast from your school. We talk to your cheer team. We talk to the football players. We talk to anybody that you want us to meet, and we'll broadcast our show from there all day. Now, we only have slots for maybe 10 or less, and we're doing it early this year. So if you're one of those teams that say, listen, we want you to broadcast broadcast from our school, you need to email Ray. And Ray, what's the best way they can contact you?
Yeah, so if you go to XL1067, you'll see all of our contact information, or just email me at ray@xl1067.com, and it's RAE.
Now, a lot of you, from the cheer squad want to email yourself, but we need, your, what do you call them? Not advisors.
We need like somebody from
the
faculty.
sponsor, whoever's in charge.
Yeah.
Someone has to give us the okay.
Yeah, because the principal have to know, and you guys got to contact people. We'll do our show live from your school. Football Friday starts again in late August or early September. We want to get that list together right now. So if you are one of those schools, there's about 200 schools in the area, and we only have room for about 8 to 10. It depends on how many we're going to do this year. So if you want to do it, just find Ray, email her, and then we'll start you out. The first ones in, usually the first ones we lock down.
Yeah.
Okay, so please talk to somebody, get it in quickly. All right, Nerese, what is trending?
Yeah, so the Solar Bears are currently facing the Everblades from Fort Myers for the 2025 Kelly Cup playoffs. They played away for the first 2 games, unfortunately lost, but they bounced back yesterday with the win, final score of 2-1.
Okay.
The next 2 games will be at home at the Kia Center this Friday and Saturday. So let's go Bears.
Very good.
So we all know that Taylor Swift banked it during her Eras tour to the point where she was recognized as the first musician to become a billionaire solely off her music and performances with a net worth of $1.1 billion. Well, she has been dethroned by 30-year-old Lucy Guo, who just became the youngest self-made woman billionaire, 30 years old, which is insane.
Who is she?
She has a 1.25 billion net worth. She is the co-founder of Scale AI. It's a company powered smart tech like Tesla and OpenAI. Excuse me. Yeah, so she is now officially the youngest self-made woman billionaire. So.
Yeah, but she'll still have the crown of making $1 billion on tour.
That's that's the thing. But I guess women, youngest women. Yeah. So
she's like owns a small percent of the company, but it was her idea back in the day.
Was it
and
really?
It blew up.
Okay.
And so she doesn't. I mean, the company's worth $1 gazillion. She's worth 1.5, but still.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and for anyone who has a furry four-legged child, today the Orange County Animal Service will host a free event called Arm Your Pet, where you can get your dog vaccinated and microchipped for free at Bonnet Park. They just opened 7 a.m. all the way through 12 p.m. So,
all right. It's time for Am I Wrong? That's where you've made a decision. You want to talk about it and tell us about it, and then we'll let you know what we think, if you were right in that decision or wrong. And then you listening, you can text the XL Mobile 41067 and answer too. And today, for calling in, somebody's going to get a 4-pack of tickets to Monster Jam at the Kia Center on August the 2nd. But you got to call us so we can hear your story. That's 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Tell us your story, and we'll let you know if you were right or if you're wrong in your decision. Again, 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Am I wrong? Got 4 tickets to Monster Jam, but you got to call us on Johnny's house. 726, Orlando's number one hit music station. It's XL 1067 and Johnny's House. And it's going to be sunny today with the high getting up to about 89. It is 73. And they say it's going to rain. They're going to rain every day. They've been telling you for Mother's Day. You can tell when they want to tell you. Mother's Day, they say it's going to rain. So so what you want to do is try to make some plans and do something indoors. But, when they say it's going to rain on Sunday, it's going to happen.
Yeah, you should make alternate plans. You never know.
It's going to be sunny.
I'm over here talking about, dang, I can't do nothing on Mother's Day because it's going to be raining.
What was that last time we talked about it? There was something you were going to do, and you changed it because they said it was going to rain all weekend. And
it was beautiful.
Oh, no.
That was recently.
Yes. I feel like that frequently happens.
Yeah, so, but they're telling you now, so now you know.
Come on, Brooks Gardner.
Tell us, man, what's going on? All right, am I wrong? That's where you call us up, tell us your situation, and then we'll go around the room and tell you what we think, and then you do the same, and you can do that by texting the XL Mobile, which is 41067, and somebody's going to get some Monster Jam at the Kia Center, and there's a 4-pack of tickets. You're going to go 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You want to get in, you got to call right now. Well, right now, let's go to Davenport and Brandon. Hey, Brandon.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing?
Good. Am I wrong? What do you do? I can tell in your voice you're questioning it. So tell us what happened.
So first, let me start. Me and my brother, when we were kids, we grew up. Our mother was great. Our dad made a lot of mistakes. I mean, I know no one's perfect. But when as we got older, we would always have a conversation, say, you know what, the day we have kids, we're going to treat our kids better the way than our dad did us.
Okay.
Well, my dad passed away. I have 2 boys. My brother has a boy, and my brother is no better than how my dad was.
Okay.
He does not give his kid any attention. He spends money on himself versus doing like experiences with his kids. I had a conversation with my mother, and I told her, I was like, someone needs to have that hard conversation with him that his child is getting older and he's going to slowly start to realize like everything that he's missing.
Yeah.
My mom was like, yeah, but I don't think it's your place to do it. Well, I got tired of seeing it and I spoke up. I called him. He lives in Philadelphia. Obviously me living here. I called him up and I said to him, I was like, Bob, we need to have a serious conversation. I told him exactly how I felt and why I felt that way. And he got mad and he was like, oh, well, it's not your place. I was like, but it is my place. I was like, he's my nephew and you're my brother.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone's afraid to have this conversation with you because they know how you react. I was like, no offense. I was like, you need to man up and be a father. And he didn't like the conversation. He told my mom about it.
Yeah, of course he did. And your mom's mad too.
Yep. And then my mom was like, oh, Brandon, you're wrong for having that conversation. I'm like, someone had to do it.
Yeah.
And no one had the skin to do it.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Yeah.
Because, I don't want to be seeing my nephew being raised the way that we were by our dad. And it's like, God rest his soul. Again, I get it. No one's perfect. But again, when you acknowledge that there's issues going on and you don't address those issues, then that's when there's a problem.
Well, it sounds to me like for you to take that step, nobody likes confrontation. And nobody likes confrontation by telling them you're a bad parent and what they're seeing. So for you to step up, it must have been just digging you inside. And I can understand your mom knew. I mean, your mom, like, I know your brother, and what's going to happen is he's going to get upset. And then no parent wants a rift in the family. No family wants 2 siblings that are arguing and fighting with each other. So your mom wanted to keep the peace by just keeping it on the low. But for me, I say all this to say this, man. Hey, listen, you did what was right in your heart. And you feel good about what you did, and I don't think you did. I don't think you were wrong. Ray?
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I think that, you're just trying to look out for the family and, the dynamic. So I don't think you're a bad person or wrong.
Brian?
Are you tight with your brother?
We used to be very close up until our dad passed away. Because, my dad, I'm 32 years old. All we have left is one mother. We have no grandparents.
Yeah.
And obviously now no dad.
Yeah.
And my dad was truly our glue, especially for me living in Florida. I always reach out every time, just about every day, where he's at the point now where he only reaches out when he wants something or needs something.
Yeah. But then I would just say you should just mind your business. I mean, really, because I mean, it's for what? I mean, it ain't doing you no good. I mean, you know what kind of person he is. I make a burner account on social media and post bad things about him.
Nerese.
No, you're not a bad person at all for doing that.
And Brian, what are you saying on social media?
Let's see.
I mean, not social media. What are you saying?
XL Mobile powered by Attorney Dan Newland in a Rakita check. Just call Attorney Dan Newland. It's literally half and half. He's not wrong, and mind your business.
Wow. But hey, the bottom line, man, it sounds to me like you did what you felt your heart told you to do, and your family, and hopefully, you guys, make it right with your mom first, and then slowly make it right with your brother, because you said what you said. No matter what happens, he know what you said, and he heard what you said. You know, it just makes it very uncomfortable, man. Thank you for sharing. We're gonna hook you up with those tickets, 4 tickets to Monster Jam at the Kia Center coming up on August 2nd. All right, Brandon.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
Hey, we appreciate you. You hold on, so we'll get some information from you. All right, we'll come back. It is Nurses Week. Talking about those nurses on Johnny's House. .735, Orlando's number one hit music station on a Wednesday is Johnny's House. Expect the rain to hit. I didn't get any yesterday, but it says it's going to hit today, 70% chance. Otherwise, it's going to be showers, thunderstorms, and then mostly sunny. So it's all going down today. It is National Nurses Week. And yesterday we saluted the teachers and want to salute the nurses, which I feel is another industry that you kind of have to be created for. It has to be in your blood to be a good nurse. And because the really good ones, man, they stand out. Now, me having to spend a lot of time in hospitals because of when my father was dying, and my mom is in a hospital like every other month or something. you really appreciate the nurses that come by. And you can tell the ones that are good and the ones that are not.
Yeah.
Got to check on you overnighters. I mentioned before, there was one overnighter didn't know I was sleeping there, and he ain't check on my dad all night. And then when he turned the light on, he saw me over there. He's like, oh, we saw him sleeping. We ain't want to bother him.
Right.
Whatever. And if you ever had to sleep in a hospital, you hear everything.
Yeah.
And I heard him out there talking about, so what's your shift? Girl, please. I got to go check on my patient. All right, come back. He ain't never come in that room, but we ain't talking about him today.
Was he on monitors though? Because they have that system where they can see the monitors.
Yeah, he was on the monitor.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on the monitor. Yeah, all night was boop, boop. But then when he turned that light on, his eyes got big because I had a blanket on me, and then I pulled it down. He's like, oh.
Didn't know somebody was here.
Ooh, I didn't check on him last night because he was sleeping so well. I bet he was. I heard you, player. You got that date, but a good one. And I hate to say her name on there. And this is a nurse that kind of changed my life and told me, listen, bro, you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Stop eating all that stuff. Certain parts of your body.
Not going to work anymore.
They're not going to motivate the way you.
Yes, we like that word more. Motivate.
They won't stand at attention.
Now that's on you. You do what you do.
I mean, if you don't need it, okay.
But if you do, stop eating this. Last night I was jonesing for a snack. Man, I had nothing in my house. I have nothing. I even looked to see if maybe I dropped a Hershey Kiss somewhere in the trunk for Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
I have no
Was it that piece of candy that you had?
Yeah. No, Brian gave me that yesterday.
Yeah,
that was sugar free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's all right. Where you got a nurse?
Yeah, so obviously, like I've been doing a lot of doctor's appointments
Yes, you
recently.
have.
So, but we've been always at like Advent Health. So those nurses of our Advent Health are just incredible. But always the NICU nurses.
Yeah.
Ever since my kids were in the NICU, like they have a special place in my heart for taking care of those little babies who are just trying to survive. And
you can tell they love what they do.
Yeah.
You know, they have a passion to make sure that those babies are okay.
Yeah, just around the clock, you know, they're just ready to care for the babies and then the parents that are struggling. So, but there's like Donalyn, Elizabeth, Kia, they all took care of the twins.
Wow. You never forget the names,
Never forget them.
B, any nurse stands out?
Yeah, I mean, it's been 11 years since my mom passed, so I don't have names. I'm terrible with names, but I could picture their faces even because I spent the last month or so like every night in the hospital. Yeah, you basically sleep there. And then my mom's hospice nurses were crazy. Yeah, like that's a crazy whole idea that you'd be a hospice nurse. So.
That's why anytime we talk to a hospice nurse, I always say thank you for what you do because not everybody can do that.
No.
Not a lot of people can do that.
They are like the greatest people.
They really are. Yeah. They really are because they know the situation that they're going into.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, this is what I do. This is what I'm made to do. And they have that passion and it makes the family feel comfortable.
That was one of the best decisions we made was when it came time to that. You know what? Let's do that because it was a great transition and they were great people and they made the family feel good. We didn't feel like we shouldn't be there, any of that stuff.
Because there's a lot of families like, no, we're not ready for that yet.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, well, we're here if you need us. Yeah. Nerese, anybody stand out?
Yes. One of my good friends since high school, Katie Ann, she's a nurse out in Lakeland. And my sister, the middle sister, she's been a nurse for, over a decade now. So she just got her bachelor's in I'm not a nurse. I don't know. It's like the bachelor's program for the nurses.
Yeah. Now, at what age did she decide she wanted to be?
Right after high school.
Really?
My mom instilled medicine in us. Yeah, she even wanted me to be a nurse. And I tried it. I was taking like biology and I was like, honestly, it's not for me. So, and I was taking it as credits. I was like,
I can't imagine you as a nurse. Like,
no, man, me neither. It's not for me, bro.
Ma'am, you're talking to me too much.
Seriously.
Ma'am.
Damn, I got in the wrong career.
Can I get a different nurse? I mean, literally anybody.
Hey, I could play you a jingle with my ukulele.
Listen, I would be like this. Listen, I work in radio. That might be an avenue you might want to pursue. Because this nursing thing, I don't know. All right. So it's time for you to shout out those amazing nurses. If there's anyone that stands out, it could be your mate. It could be someone that changed your life. It could be your coworker. It could be your friend. But they're nurses. They work hard, but they have to have a passion for it. It is Nurses Appreciation Week, and we want to make sure that we appreciate all the nurses right here in Central Florida. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. If you can't get through and you want to give some love, you can always text and we'll read it for you. The XO Mobile is 41067. Live streamers, if you know someone, post it and we'll read it. And also we'll throw it up on social media. Let's give them some love. It's their week. It is Nurses Week. Let's talk about the great ones that will stand out in your mind. Call us now on Johnny's House. 751, Orlando's number one hit music station, XL 1067. It's going to be a chance of rain, mostly sunny with the high of 89. It's still 73, Miss Ray.
It is.
73 right now. Dude, what'd you say about Brooke Garner?
I didn't say anything about him. I was just saying get it right because Mother's Day is coming and I got to try to make some plans.
Because he's on the phone. He's on the phone.
Okay.
You ain't saying nothing, you sure?
No, I didn't say anything bad other than get it right.
All right.
But I do want from him to get it right. I'm sure all of Central Florida wants him to get it right.
Chief meteorologist from Fox 35, Brooke Garner. What's going on, man?
Hey, Johnny. Good morning. Hey, I heard you had an issue with the Mother's Day weekend. I only had a second, but I wanted to call in and
Hey, that was Brian Grimes.
Oh my gosh, you guys are hilarious. I was dying.
Give us a forecast, man.
Oh, well, it's going to be rainy and rainier. It's just nasty weather. It's not going to rain all day, but during the afternoon, there's like an 80% chance. Passing showers, storms. It's not good news for outdoor activities, but it's good news for Mom's garden.
Okay.
I want to make sure because I was making plans and it says 70%, but I know sometimes it says 70, and then I'm looking around and ain't no rain.
Oh yeah, no, this is it. This is the real deal.
Okay.
How did you know we were talking about you?
Oh, you little birdie.
I seriously said it in passing. I seriously said, hey man, Brooks Garden need to step it up. Make sure I know what I'm doing.
Umbrella. And that'll be a good Mother's Day present. Umbrella at the ready. And I'm going to jump on the air here in about 30
Okay.
seconds.
No, we're watching you. We're watching you right now, Brooke. I mean, we're watching your station.
We love you guys.
All right. Take care, Brooke.
All right. Thanks. All right, bye.
I didn't say anything bad about him.
No.
I was just saying, come on, Brooks, get it right. That's all.
Whoever's listening.
It's funny because he has
that
my
little
cell phone
birdie.
number,
Yeah.
and Brooks was calling me, and I was like,
So, because the reason said, do you want all 5? And I'm like, there's not 5 lines. What is she talking about?
I was slightly confused when I said that too.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's
caller.
wow. Okay.
So I thought we were calling a nurse on the hotline because we just needed him on the phone.
Brooke Garner should have said.
He's got the bat phone.
He said, Brian, you need to keep my name out your mouth. That's what you need to do.
Our own PD doesn't hotline us,
I
but
know,
Brooks Gardner,
I
Brooks
know.
Gardner from Fox 35 hotline. us.
seriously.
Brooks over there talking about, what'd he say? What'd he say?
Say it again.
What'd he say? What, Brian, what'd he say?
He did say that.
What'd he say?
Him and his little meteorology buddy's going to be waiting out front for
I
me.
know.
Yeah, they are.
What'd you say about Brooke? What'd you say?
He's tall. I don't think I can take him.
No,
That little short guy at night, I'd probably take him.
no, good dude
Who's
has
gonna call next, Brian?
I know.
Jeez.
I got to stop.
I know.
I watch Fox 35 at least.
Yes,
Yes.
we're watching. No, Brooks good. Got a great family. I had a chance to meet with him.
Yeah, he's good people.
What do you say? Say it again. Say it again. All right, sorry, nurses. it's
My fault. I ruined it. I hijacked your day.
Brian's gonna get beat up by a meteorologist.
Meteorologists and nurses waiting outside.
I won't even stop it. I'm just gonna laugh.
I'm gonna get beat up, go to the hospital, and the nurse is gonna ignore me because I took all their time.
So you don't want to shout us out. All right, let's shout out some nurses on Nurses Week from Orlando. Christine, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
All right, let's shout out some nurses.
All right, so this is going out to my sister, Jennifer. She's a RN over at Erie County Medical Center up in Buffalo, and she has been doing nursing her whole life. She started out as an LPN down at a retirement home and then got her RN. Now she's going for her NP. But my heart goes out to her because she helped me through a tough time when my husband had a heart attack back in July. And she just talked me through everything and translated all the medical jargon to something that I could understand. And she just helped me through it. And I love her to death.
All right, well, make sure she listens to the podcast so she can hear you give love all over Central Florida, even though she's in Buffalo.
Absolutely.
All
Thank
right.
you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. You
Thank
guys
you.
are the best.
Thank you. We
Bye.
appreciate you. Brian, give it up by Brooke Garner. From Winter Springs, Jessica.
What do you say?
Hey, Jessica.
Good morning.
All right, well,
good morning.
We're giving nurses love. What you got?
So I work for Arnold Palmer Pediatric Neurology, and I want to wish all the nurses I work with, Jennifer, Brandy, Kara, Nicole, Camilla, Kimberly, the best nurses with. These ladies give their all to these patients and their parents. All these kids are so sick, and they just pour their hearts into these cases.
And that's what
and
we
I
want.
just want to tell them that I appreciate them so much. And also, I wanted to give a big shout out to the oncology nurses at at Avon Health, Altamont.
Okay.
My father had pancreatic cancer last year, and they were just amazing with us.
That's what we're
Amazing.
talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about. All right, Jessica, thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day, guys.
You too. I see here from Deltona. Jordan, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Johnny's house.
Good morning. Let's shout out some nurses. Who you got?
Hey, I want to shout out Tiffany W. She's been my best friend for over 20 years. She was there when I delivered my baby, and she's just awesome, and I love her. And I also want to give a shout out to Ashley, Edita, Pam, and Addie. They're all my friends. They're all nurses.
All right, Jordan, thank you for that. Ray, who we got over there?
We have Tara Thomas as one of the greatest oncology nurses.
Mhm.
Somebody said the entire cardiac ICU at Arnold Palmer Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Nurse Clemens at my daughter's elementary school is amazing. Yeah, there's
All
a
right.
lot of them.
And Brian.
Let's see. XL Mobile powered by Attorney Dan Newland. Interact. Need to check. It's a no-brainer. Call Attorney Dan Newland. Someone over at Jewel Orthopedics said all of our coworkers. So shout out to all of them over there. Let's see. Someone's whole family. Oldest daughter is a NICU nurse. Son-in-law is a pediatric CVICU nurse. 22-year-old daughter is a new pediatric ortho nurse, and their mother, who passed away, was a hospice nurse.
Wow.
So the
That's
entire
beautiful.
family, which is awesome. And someone said, Johnny, ease up on the night shift. We're just trying to stay alive, brother.
Hey, I know what y'all doing. I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the one that set my dad. I heard him out there. I heard him. Ooh, he slept all night. Of course he did, because you ain't coming here. Nerese, go ahead.
We got Party Patty. She said, my mom is a retired nurse, and she was a hospice nurse doing it for over 60 years.
All right. Nurses, you know we love you. We're just joking on the radio. Ray, what you got?
I would just expect a Diddy update from here on out until this case is closed.
Let's do it. 3 minutes away on Johnny's House.
Coming up in just 3 minutes, Lady Gaga.
Bruno Mars.
Die with a Smile. XL 1067. Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
Celebrity News is sponsored by Fairwinds Credit Union. So this is day 2 of jury selection for the Diddy trial. And Diddy's defense team and federal prosecutors are adding 16 more potential jurors.
Okay.
So now they're at 35 people in the jury pool. So as it breaks down, there's 5 white men, 4 black men, 3 black women, 2 white women, 1 Latino man, and 1 woman that isn't clear on her ethnicity. So,
Damn.
right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine reading that? It's like, is that me?
Yeah, right? Like,
I told y'all what I was.
Yeah. So, but there was one interesting selection from a guy. He said that he had seen the hotel surveillance video of Diddy attacking Cassie.
Yeah.
He said Diddy looked angry and hostile and entitled
Yeah.
during the whole brutal
Sure
scene.
did. All of that.
That information was not enough for the judge to excuse him.
Oh, really?
And the defense didn't object either. So the fact that this dude has seen the Cassie video, he has not been excused.
Okay, I'm assuming because of that, he said some things that we didn't hear, and
Yeah.
whoever's there highlighted that portion. Because there's no way he could just stand on that and they say let him in.
Yeah.
He had to say some things like, "Do you have a problem with this?" "No, I don't."
And I only know from experience of my jury duty thing.
Yeah.
Like, you only get so many. I don't want that one. I
Uh-huh.
don't want that one. So they may not want to waste their vetoes
Yeah.
on that guy.
And that's what I'm saying. And their goal is to have opening argunents Monday. So
Yeah.
they have this week to pick the jury selection. So what the guy said is that, you know, he thought the whole thing was hostile and all that, but he's still on par, on track
I'm
to
sure
be part of the jury.
He said something that they're like, "All right, let's not waste our veto on this one."
Yeah.
Let him through.
So once they said is that prosecutors and the defense will whittle down to 18, including the 6 alternative, and prosecutors get 6 preemptory challenges and the defense gets 10 challenges. So obviously, which means that they could remove potential jurors without showcasing.
They probably said, "We'll get him later."
Did you see the one that got dismissed for saying he smokes weed every day?
No.
They asked him, and he said he smokes weed every day. And they said, "Well, could you take some 8 weeks off for the trial?" He said, "Well, during the day, yeah, but at night, I'm going to smoke the weed."
God.
And they said, "Cool, dismissed."
Yeah, there's so many of them. There's some of the people that they had, and like they said, this is in New York, so they're flipping through people quickly.
Again, and we said this yesterday. If you go in court saying that, you do not want to sit on a trial.
No.
Hey, now listen, all we're asking you to do is not smoke any during the trial. I'll
Yeah.
smoke some at night. Bye.
Well, there was one that agreed that he's like, yeah, I stole a wand from a theme park
Yes,
before. Like
exactly.
you don't want to be here.
You don't wanna
This,
be
you know?
here.
That's crazy because, like I said yesterday, but I want to be on this jury.
too.
Yeah, because a lot of the jurors afterwards write books.
Yeah.
But if you ain't got no writing skills, then
Yo, we got AI though.
But with a podcast, something I could tell you the story,
Right?
Yeah.
an
We wanna
episode of
know.
the time behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Something. I'm getting on that jury.
Yeah, so there is a new powerhouse attorney that did get added to Diddy's team
I
now.
heard about this one.
Her name is Nicole Westmoreland, and she is actually a survivor of sexual assault. So
Mhm.
she was allegedly sexually assaulted back in 2001. And she has worked for, you know, some big people. But according to Nicole, the vice president of Cash Money Records and a man named Stone met her and asked her to make a sales pitch to the company at some recording studio in Atlanta. And that is where, like,
Okay.
you know, things unfolded. So she says that 3 female friends went to the recording studio where a large gathering took place. So, like, her story is coming forward. But it's interesting to see that, you know, she is a survivor of sexual assault and
Yeah.
she has been added to Diddy's
He has
legal
a team. He has a
Yeah.
team. He's walking in with like at least 7 to 8 lawyers.
Yeah. So
Wow.
the crazy thing is that this is what Diddy wanted.
Yeah.
Diddy said, I want a very powerful Black woman or I want a very powerful woman to be on my team. And so he has found her. So we'll see. I mean, Diddy's being accused of sexual assault and rape by numerous women. And so numerous people, not just women,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep.
But many civil cases against him are pending. And this is just like the jury selection and then this lady being added.
If he for some reason or whatever, if he's released, half of his money is gone to legal fees.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you got all that money, the best you can do is use it for your freedom.
Right. Get me
You
out.
know, get me out.
At least I'm still rich.
Yeah, for sure.
Are stations still playing his music?
My throwback station does still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean,
he's not convicted of anything yet.
it's true.
They're playing R. Kelly music again.
Well, we ditched R. Kelly when he got put in jail.
Yeah, they stopped though? Never
yeah.
came back?
Yeah, no. We never
Oh,
brought it
really?
back on my throwbacks national brand. No, but up until he was convicted, we played it. Yeah.
I could see him, like, if he does get released, I'd be really upset, obviously, but he would.
But he had his fingers on a lot of music.
I mean, it makes it real easy because we usually play Mo Money, Mo Problems. So it's a perfect talking point of all the problems that he got.
Yeah, no joke.
Every day I
man.
can update his problems.
But I could see him being like, what's his name that went over
Who's that?
to the other to the UK. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Russell Simmons?
Russell Simmons.
Yeah, Russell said, I'm out.
Yeah, I could see him being like that.
All these people came out. He did, hey, sue if you want. I ain't there.
He's at the breakfast buffet in Malaysia right now. Just chilling.
That's it, man. Weird stories that are true. Let's do that next on Johnny's House. $8:10 on a Wednesday. Man, it's going to be raining the next couple of days. And they said Mother's Day, it's going to be pretty bad. We can look for showers today. Otherwise, mostly sunny and 89, 73 right now. Weird but true, B. What's going on?
I will continue to do these stories. And when you hear these stories stop, it's because AI me has taken over and they're just trying to keep it quiet. Chinese car maker Chery Automotive is now rolling out Maureen, a blonde humanoid robot, to be their car salesman in their showrooms. They're going to eliminate car salesmen.
What?
I don't think you can do that.
So Maureen
I don't think you can do that.
She showed off at the new Shanghai Auto Show. It's a huge event. It costs about the same as a car for them to make, but They don't got to pay a commission. They ain't got to pay benefits. They ain't got to do anything for it. She can walk, talk, answer questions about the car using DeepSeek AI, which is obviously pretty smart. She can learn from you as a customer what you're into and start talking to you that way.
Who are you going to negotiate with?
There's no negotiation. This is the price. She could go back and talk to her manager, but that's fine. Whatever.
I mean, I kind of like it, but
I don't like it.
well, yeah, because
I need to negotiate. I need to negotiate.
So she wears sunglasses, has long blonde hair. Some people say they find the interactions a little creepy now, but they're going to iron that out.
Oh, for sure.
And the president of Cherry Auto says the robots like Marine are the future. They're gonna.
So what do you do when you walk up on the lot and what's her name? Marine?
Marine, yes.
Can I help you? No, I'm just looking.
Then she'll back
she'll
up.
walk away.
She'll
Unlike other salesmen that are like,
she'll say, okay, I'll be over here if you need me. And she'll go to her little charging station and stand there.
But say that to a normal person now, and they'll be like, okay, but what about this one? But what are you really looking for? But how many kids do you have? What kind of lifestyle do you have?
Being a salesman, like, how are you going to take that away and put that on a robot?
But they're saying people don't want that.
Yeah.
They've been forced that for years and given the option for Maureen, who's just there to literally do what I ask. That's what's going to happen.
There's craft in negotiating.
I'm like, hey, Maureen, listen.
There's really not for new cars, though. Like, I mean,
some of them are like,
really
there's a lot of dealerships like what you see is what it is.
Right.
So,
yeah.
But what are you going to say? Hey, listen, Maureen. All right, listen. I know your cousin, and my credit score is about a 320.
Right.
See, Maureen can't do nothing for me. Now, a salesperson.
No, Maureen's going to say,
cannot compute.
Denied.
Hey, see, now a real salesman go back. Look, man, I know it's a 320. That's my cousin, though. Can we get him in a car?
Denied.
Fine.
So they said they've already got orders for 220 Maureen's to go to dealerships across China. I'm just saying.
Hey,
rise of the machines.
Okay.
We were talking about this off the air yesterday. Another batch of declassified CIA documents have come out. And there's reports now of 3 alien bases that were supposedly located through remote viewing. So they had surveillance on these places. Back in 1986, there was a remote viewer that claimed to see one called the Titan base, where 2 male technician types, aliens, if you will, were seated at a control panel while being supervised by a, quote, attractive female with brown shoulder-length hair wearing a pale green lab coat. Now, there was a second base that was apparently remotely viewed at Alaska's Mount Hayes. 2, quote, entities were found, but contact wasn't able to be made while they were, quote, accomplishing some sort of routine tasks.
Okay.
And then a third base was located in either Africa or South America, where there were, quote, 2 entities with very large round-shaped heads on slender necks, almost human-like. Apparently, the second alien was aware that the remote viewer was watching, but didn't interact with them. Now, none of this information was conclusively proven because these are remote viewers that say they saw it, and they shut down this operation in 1995.
So my thing is, hey, if I'm the boss, hey, look, I got some big-head aliens out here. What you want me to do? Make contact. Go say what up. Because right now, I got a report.
Right.
We sent them over there and said what's up. And
oh, damn, it's Maureen. She's trying to sell me a car. She said my credit's bad.
I'm just saying. I know. Now that that Trump has released these.
Oh, cat's out the bag,
it's
baby.
out there. Y'all laughed at me yesterday when I said it was an alien that blew up Mars. And now all of a sudden somebody, Johnny, he ain't fall off on that. Thank you. And it wasn't the streets that told me that.
It wasn't a bomb, though.
It wasn't. It was. They said it was a nuclear type weapon.
Right. We don't know what they got.
That wiped the whole planet out, right? Everything. And check this out. There's rumor that there's life underneath the soil, because when that happened, a lot of people, the Martians at the time,
went down low, right? And sharks with freaking lasers.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for nothing, bro. I thought you was with me for a second. That's all right. That's fine. I'll move on. I'm out here on my own. That's okay. Hello. All right, listen, we come back. He's my cousin, though. I know it's credit 330. He's my cousin.
Yeah, there's a buy here, pay here place right around the corner.
They can't afford Maureen.
Not at all.
They got the real Maureen.
Yeah.
They will hook you up.
Right. Maureen said, okay, bring your cousin over here.
Cruise information, pool party, and football Friday. All updates on the way on Johnny's house. problems in the studio.
Oh.
8:25.
Same rules for everybody. That's all I'm
saying. Meetings, people yelling in here, people yelling.
I know.
It's going to be a chance of rain today. Otherwise, sunny. I have 89. Ray, if you don't mind.
It's 76.
Okay. Hey, how'd you say that? Why you have to say that with
Jeez.
attitude?
Thanks for
Damn.
asking.
Dang,
Wow.
we got to get Brooke Garner back in here.
He wants nothing to do with us.
He wants to fight Brian.
We just wanted to shut it down.
I appreciate Brooks calling in and telling me what the deal was. He
Right.
told me though, rain in the afternoon. Now let Monday come here and let there be no rain in the afternoon, Brooks. Let that happen.
He's going to come down here and fight Brian.
You and your little meteorologist buddies be waiting outside for me. Let's go. I'm playing. I love you guys.
He is playing. Brooke, like, you don't know me like that. You don't know me like that. Listen, we got a couple things we want to update you on. We have our cruise. It's September 18th, and it is selling like crazy, leaning towards being the biggest one that we've had. It's happening September the 18th. Carnival Freedom. Now, we're going to be checking out 2 of the islands, got a day at sea, and then we'll be coming back. Got a note from someone yesterday saying, hey, we want to go on a cruise. What time y'all getting back on Monday? I take Monday off because you're going to be partying too hard to try to go to work.
Yeah, we've tried to work the next day. It's not a great idea.
It's not. We had some of the worst shows ever during that time. But we want you to join us. Just go to xl1067.com. You'll be calling Patricia, and she'll tell you everything you need to know. And I think you still can put money down, and I think it has to be paid off in the next month or so.
Yeah.
But go ahead and lock in your cabin because I think the suites are gone.
We're going to be one of the first groups on the new island, which is awesome.
We got private parties. We got formal night. We got so much stuff planned just for you. If you're coming by yourself, that's fine. You'll meet a lot of friends. And it's one thing that we do is we look out for each other. And we also have that rule that what happens on the cruise stays on the cruise. And we try to make sure that happens. Now, what happens in your own work?
Working on some cool shirts, too, that only will be for cruisers. So you'll have a cool Johnny's House shirt.
And y'all know how that first party goes. That's going to be a good time. So just go to xl1067.com. Also, we're going to bring back Football Friday. It's going to start in September when school starts. That's when every Friday, we go to a different high school and we'll broadcast there. We'll talk to the cheer team. We'll talk to the players. We'll talk to the coaches. We'll talk to the SGA. We'll talk to everybody, and we'll broadcast our whole show there from 6 to 10. But you have to email Ray. And we mentioned it one time. We got about 2 or 3 schools.
Yep.
And we have to choose between like 8 to 10.
Yeah, we only get, I think, the 8 most.
Yeah, that we'll do it. But every Friday or every other Friday, we'll be on the road. And if you want us to broadcast in your school, make sure you email Ray. And Ray, what can I get your email address?
So just email me, rae@xl1067.com. And please make sure you're not a student. I need a faculty member or somebody from the school to email me.
And usually the first ones to get in, the first one we try to lock them in. So, if you know someone at the school and they're in class right now, then let them know that we got this going on. And we want this to get it locked in before school ends because it's hard finding people over the summer.
Yeah.
And Ray, you got something going on Saturday?
Yes, I am so excited. So over at Lake Nona, the Wave Hotel, they are kicking off the Color of Summer poolside party. And I'm going to be broadcasting from noon to 2, but it's free. So you guys can come up to the pool, have some delicious food and drinks. There's going to be live entertainment and
it's something that's going to be happening every
weekend. They do it at the Wave Hotel, but we're kicking it off this weekend. Again, I will be there from 12 to 2, and the food is so good. I'm about to post a video on Instagram so you can see some of it. And I just got the okay to give away a little staycation at the Wave.
Really?
Yeah. So
I go to the Wave all the time. I have dinner at the I think I was there last weekend because over in Lake Noma, I ain't never stayed.
Well, come to the pool party on Saturday and you can enter to win a night at the Wave.
Okay, if I enter and win and everybody's there and you pull a winner, it's Johnny Magic, you don't think people will say shenanigans?
Oh, they would.
I know they would.
I wouldn't pull it. I'd be like, no, I'm not pulling this. So we're going to give away a night at the Wave, but join us Saturday.
Hotel. It is. It's a great time. All right, so let's go. We got you caught up on everything that's going on. When we come back, we're going to open it up for you and get you an opportunity. We've been talking about it for you to win some tickets to see Benson Boone at the Kia Center with true stories that happened to me on Johnny's House. 8:33 in Johnny's house. It is time for true stories that happened to me, the most unusual stories that have occurred in your life. You tell everybody about it, and they're so fascinated by it. We want to hear it, and we're going to hook somebody up with a pair of tickets to see Benson Boone at the Kia Center on September 16th. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. 2 rounds. True story that happened to me, Benson Boone. You got to call Johnny's house. Dolce Anxiety on Johnny's house, 8:37. It is Wednesday. Sunny, and then the thunderstorms likely. 89 is a high, 76 right now. True story that happened to me. Most amazing stories that have happened. You're sharing with us. You can win a pair of tickets to see Benson Boone at the Kia Center on September 16th. Let's start off in Kissimmee. Caitlin, good morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Hey, Caitlin. Hey, girl.
Hey, I'm actually the new caller from last time, the one with the stuck in the mud.
Oh, okay. All right. You forgot your numbers? What's your number?
It's 5062.
There you go. Yeah. We got you in. Got you checked in. All right. What do you want to say?
Well, this is my ex job. I'm not going to say names, obviously, but so this lady got mad because we took too long because it's a fast food restaurant, so we're supposed to work on drive-thru first. That's what they yelled at us about. And she was mad and she was yelling at me. And I was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. Like, I'm so sorry. She's like, no, do something about it. And I couldn't because at the time we were busy. So she went over, grabbed a wet floor sign and chucked it at me. And I stopped it with I swear it was on camera and everything. I recorded it, but I deleted it. I wish I didn't. And she chucked it at me and I stopped it with my hand. And I was like, don't do that. And then she grabbed a promotional sign that we had, chucked it at me with that, and then stormed off. So I go outside to like record her car and her number plate, and then she chucked her drink at me. I was able to stop half of it from coming in because I closed the door in time, but I got it like all over my pants.
Was she arrested?
No, she's left, and I was so mad.
So you never got a license plate or anything like that?
I did. I called the cops and I told them, she's like, oh, we can't do nothing. But if she comes back, like we can trespass her. But they can never do anything unless they're on the property.
Yeah,
which sucks.
Really?
That does suck.
Even if you got it on video?
Yeah. Even if you got it on video. Like I've even talked to a couple. I was like, oh, can I trespass them? They're like, no, they have to be on property for you to trespass them.
Wow. She knew the rules. You can just throw things at fast food work and they can't do anything. From Davenport, Andy, good morning.
Morning, Johnny. How are you?
True story, it happened to me.
So 20 years ago, my wife and I, she was my girlfriend then, had a chance to go to France and Germany, see some family and friends. When we're over there, friends in Germany gave us this pocket knife just to keep on us and have it just in case. Left Germany, went to France for a week. I never saw the knife again. Thought I lost it. Well, kind of a twofer. My wife starts to get sick at the end of the trip, getting a fever. Thought she had like bed bugs. It was bad. So we're just trying to smuggle her back into the country because we don't want to deal with it in France.
Okay.
Well, we fly out of the south of France. You go through the x-ray. They search your bag. Nothing. We get to De Gaulle Airport. We have to go through security again. Don't know why, but whatever. They see the knife in my backpack. Like I said, haven't seen it in a week. So the security guy is like, check him. This lady just looks at it, pulls out my phone charger, which is like half the size, says, oh, that's it. Have a nice day. Pushes me on my way. He's trying to call me back. I'm gone. I'm like, I'm not getting arrested in France. My wife's sick. She's going to go to quarantine. I'm going to jail. She's crying. It was a thing. So we're like, sweet. Let's get back to New York. I'll talk to anybody when we get to the States. Get to my people.
Yeah.
We're shot. We're free and clear. No. Pop-up security check happens on our jetway. They're training TSA agents. So we're walking down the jet ramp. She gets past them. Again, she's breaking a fever, all covered up with makeup, trying to cover these spots. They find the knife in my bag. It was inside an inner pouch, the old CD pouches that we used to have in our backpack.
Yes.
I never knew it. Anyway, they pull it out. The door slams shut. And it's not just security, it's the military with M16 standing over me. The head of security for the airport shows up going, what are you doing trying to smuggle a knife to my airport? Don't you know anything? It was after 9/11. I was like, look, man, I'm an American. I know about all of this. Tried to tell him the whole story. He didn't want to hear it. I'm about to go to jail. She's going to quarantine. And I go, look, I didn't know I had it until I came through your security downstairs. All of a sudden, everything stopped. He looked me dead in the eye and goes, you got this knife past my security. I said, yes. Who was it? Where were they? I was like, gate B5, blonde and a brunette. He goes, knife's mine. You have a nice flight home. Grabs the military guys with the M16s, walks away. Free and clear.
Wow.
I was like, somebody died that day. Thankfully, it wasn't me.
Wow.
Got my wife home. Oh, wasn't bed bugs. It was the chicken pox.
Oh. Whoa! And you traveled. All right. Wow. See, these are the stories we're talking about. I was right there. I was at the security gate right there. I was right there.
Story.
I was like, so then what happened? Man, I'd have tell my wife, go ahead and just go. I'd go. Go.
For a second, I was like, maybe his wife set him up. But...
Right. Dang, great. That took a dark turn. 407-919-1067-877. 919-1067. True stories that happened to me. Round 2 is up next. 8:45, Johnny's house. It's going to be a chance of rain today, otherwise sunny with the high of 89, 76 right now. Benson Boone concert tickets. This is round 2. True stories that happened to me. Best story wins. And so far, it's gotten really good. Let's go over to Ocoee and check out Dorothy. Hey, Dorothy, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
All right, true story happened to me. What up?
Okay, so my husband, when he was in his early 20s, went off-roading at what was going to be a new golf course that was being built. And he thought it was just like mud at that point. So he went off-roading in his Jeep, ended up getting arrested. It was like the Mayor's Pride and Joy golf course of Bolingbrook, Illinois, which is like a suburb of Chicago. And got arrested. Turns out the guy that arrested him was Drew Peterson, which is the one police officer that like ended up going to jail for murder for like his wife. And it was like crazy that like, cause we found that out obviously years later. And then, they're like, yeah, you can go get your car. Like, it's fine, whatever. Next day he goes with his friends and shovels to dig up his car because it was like stuck, gets arrested again for trespassing. Same guy. And then like sorry, I'm doing it fast. Cut to like 15 years later. This is like 2 years ago now. And, we're in Cancun on a cruise and we're at like an all-inclusive resort and there's a guy wearing a Chicago Bears shirt. And I was like, hey, where are you from? He's like, Bolingbrook. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, did you ever hear that story about the guy that got arrested by like Drew Peterson that like got stuck in the mud? He's like, yeah, I was the lawyer for that case. And it turns out that was my husband's lawyer that we ran into like 15 years later.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was so random. And he saw us like taking shots of tequila. He was like, I can't bail you out. I don't practice anymore. Like, it was so funny.
Well, yeah, you got to do it when you're in Cancun all inclusive. You got to drink as much as you can.
Yeah, shots.
Oh, for sure. That's one thing I've never thought in my life doing is just seeing an abandoned area and just I'm going to just go four-wheeling.
Yeah. We did that in my cousin's Jeep one time.
Did you really?
Yeah, the Jeep got stuck right in the middle.
So you just find land and just drive crazy?
Yeah. If you have Jeeps, you definitely do it. I think Jeep owners are
Really?
all
And
about
especially
that,
if you think it's just like an open,
right.
vacant
It's
area.
just mud. You can fly through it.
And just, wow, I've never done that.
I read up the Drew Peterson thing. Yeah. So one of his wives is still, I think, still missing. And then
Okay.
the other one was the second wife. And that's the one that he got busted.
And he's in jail now?
Then he was actually police officer of the year one year.
Okay.
He retired as a decorated police
And
officer.
he's in jail now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
From Longwood, Kiara, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, true story happened to me.
All right. So I'll start by saying, like, I'm a believer of ghosts, but like not enough to where I would ever think that I would be coming in contact with one. So I have this little sister, and I'm almost positive that she's one with the dead. Because
Whoa. You said that real fast. Like, you think your little sister is one with the dead.
Like the little Sixth Sense boy. Like, she talks to
Yeah,
dead
that's
people.
exactly
Literally how she
like
pointed
that.
it out. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So this has happened like her whole life, especially when she was younger. One instance was my grandmother had passed away like 3 months prior, and my mom was just having a really off day, like being like upset about it, crying, like saying how much she missed her because we were asking her what's wrong. She's like, I just really miss my mom and stuff. And then here's my little sister in the back seat. She's like, well, why don't you tell her? She's sitting right next to you. Clear as day, 3 years old, just out of the blue. And then on another situation, our great grandmother had passed away way before she was even born. Never met her. And we were at my great grandfather's house, just like in the garden. And we were off in the corner, and she just starts laughing, talking to somebody. And we're just like, oh, who are you talking to? And she's like, oh, just Lucy.
And
which
that was
is our great grandmother. Never met her a day in her life. And then a few weeks later, my mom finds like old pictures of the grandparents and stuff and shows her a picture from when Lucy was a child. And she shows it to my 3-year-old sister who has never met this lady. And my mom's like, do you know who this is? She's like, oh, that's Lucy.
and not one time y'all thought about getting that child some therapy.
Seriously.
No, it's happened so many times and with different family members.
Not one time they said maybe we need to have a talk to somebody.
Or put her up for adoption or something.
Oh my gosh, Brian.
That's somebody
where,
else's problem now.
My mom is like, she's hesitant, and it makes all of her hair stick up on the back of her neck, but she's like interested too. So she's like invested.
All right, you hold on. All right, y'all, time to vote. We got Caitlin, who was working the drive-thru, lady threw a sign at her and a soda and said, make it right. You got Andy, who was detained in a French airport because he had a pocket knife. You had Dorothy, whose husband was arrested by Drew Peterson, who was later arrested for killing his wife. And you got Kiara, whose little sister could see dead people. That's number 4. All right, y'all ready? On the count of three, cast your secret votes. 1, 2, 3. Wow.
We do this every time.
Really?
Is it tied?
No.
Oh.
Kiara, congratulations. You're the winner.
Heck yeah.
I didn't vote for you, but hey, congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
You got some pair of tickets.
I didn't vote for me either. Like, I thought their stories were funnier.
You got tickets to Benson Boone at the Kia Center on September 16th, okay?
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good story. You hold on a second. We'll get that information. Ray, what you working on?
Don't take your creepy little sister.
Your creepy sister.
So BB Rexa actually just made an announcement about why she looks the way she looks right now.
And we'll find out coming up on Johnny's House.
Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. XL 1067, Orlando's #1 hit music station.
Orlando, it's Johnny Magic. It's time for us to pay your bills and win $1,000.
Enter this nationwide keyword now at XL1067.com. Green. That's green.
Your chance to win $1,000 13 times every weekday from 9 to 9. Paying your bills. It's XL 1067.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, so BB Rexa is sharing like a personal update after she got some criticism over her appearance at the Met Gala.
Okay.
Which I thought she looked beautiful. She looked so good,
around.
but
I think she's hot.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Say
she.
what, B?
I mean, obviously she's changed a lot over the years. She has health issues.
Yes,
but like
yeah.
she used to be like super tiny, real skinny.
Yeah.
and she's
But-
gotten thick.
Yeah. So, and she's like another celebrity. She's another female celebrity that people love to comment on her weight, whether
Okay.
she fluctuates, gains weight, loses weight. They comment on it, kind of like Kelly Clarkson. She's
Okay.
another one that has to deal with that. But she posted, she's like, I am so tired of people commenting on my weight. And she wrote like all these posts and everything. She has PCOS. She struggles with infertility.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she just told everybody after this criticism, after the Met Gala, she got pregnant and it didn't work out. So she unfortunately had a miscarriage and she's been carrying the pain since. And she's been carrying it in silence, adding that while never anyone will like own up to their truth, but her message has like,
Yeah.
people thinking twice before commenting on anybody's body. But she was talking about how her Met Gala debut, this was her first time going to the Met Gala. And people were criticizing her and the comments on X and all that stuff saying, how she's gained weight. But she's like, listen, I'm not going to go and enjoy my days off now because those comments get to her.
Yeah. You know what? The Met Gala, I mean, she looked at it as her coming out, but the Met Gala, there's trolls just waiting.
Yes.
No matter who came on the carpet, they got bashed. Even the ones that say they look good got bashed.
Well, Azalea Banks is one of the ones talking junk, and that's just what she does.
Exactly.
So, but she was like, 3 weeks ago, I was in urgent care. I was in so much pain. My doctor, I thought it was appendicitis, but it was actually a cyst that had burst. And she was like, she's been so sick to her stomach. She lost a baby. She's got hormonal conditions. So
leave me the hell alone.
I know.
Yeah, seriously.
The fact that she has to like put this out there and shut it down, but she, put it out there.
Yeah.
Michelle Obama, there have been divorce rumors speculating all over the place because,
she got a podcast with her brother or brother-in-law.
Mhm.
Is it brother?
But Barack Obama has been all over the place.
Yeah,
and
he's
she
gone
has,
solo to a lot of big things.
Yeah, she has not been there. Well, she opened up on the Jay Shetty podcast, and she sat with him and talked all about everything that's going on in this next chapter in her life. And she's saying that right now she's finally making choices just for her. She said she's leaning on therapy to help her figure it out, but she really kind of like drove home how this is very crucial for her, this part of her life, because she was always thinking about her daughters, and her daughters are basically adults now, and they're doing their own thing. And she's now like kind of untangling all these bad habits and finally putting all of this like built up guilt to the side and like working through it. But she was like, I'm finally making decisions for me.
Yeah. And that's hard. When you're first lady, you got to go where the husband go. And I'm sure now he's like, hey, let's go this. She's like, no. And I'm sure for him, it's different because he's used to her being there, but he's like, okay, well, I can't stay home.
I mean, it's kind of what you sign up for, though.
I
Like when you
know.
get married, like you don't get to make choices just for you on certain things. You just don't. Otherwise, don't be married.
But she said that after wrapping up this huge like political spotlight, obviously things are different. But she was like, I'm putting myself first, which totally explains why she hasn't been front and center with Barack at these official events.
I bet one of the events that was a dressed up event that she said no to, and he went. She sat at home and probably watched some Netflix. Like, you know what? This is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is all right. Really.
But she also said that this chapter is all about leveling up, not breaking up.
Yeah.
So she kind of like shut down the rumors right there.
She ain't going nowhere.
No.
Because he dating Jennifer Aniston on side already.
We talked about that.
So what you're saying is, the other night, who's that running through the gate?
Oh my God.
What is that noise out there?
Hey, we don't know where Barack was. He might have been inside. We don't know.
Is there someone crashing the gate?
Hey, you said security finally stepped up. That's what Ray said. Ray said this is the first time that celebrity security has actually done something. Was it celebrity security, Ray? Or was it Secret Service, Ray? Oh, I don't know.
Putting pieces together.
I thought this was a safe neighborhood.
Only Jennifer Aniston knows.
I don't understand. Don't worry about it. My security will take
Hey,
care of it.
Barack said, yeah, I'm leveling up too, baby.
Stop.
It's Jennifer Aniston.
I know.
Television royalty.
Listen, I still believe some of that.
Hey, Michelle say, look, at this point in my life, man, let me focus on me. I've been focused on everybody else. Let me focus on me.
Go ahead. He going to
If-
focus on Rachel.
If you happy and I'm happy, everybody's happy. What's trending is on the way next on Johnny's House. Nine ten, Johnny's House. What's trending, Nerese?
Did you hear about Disney?
I heard a lot about Disney.
Yeah, they dropped some big news this morning.
I will find out together next on Johnny's House. 9:13 on a day where it's going to be 89. What are we looking at now, Miss Ray?
It is 80.
80.
Holy.
80 right now. Sunny, and there's a 70% chance of rain. All right, Nerese, what's trending?
Now, I don't know if you've ever truly seen someone show pure excitement from a baby gender reveal, but this dad got the best news of his life after seeing that he and his wife were going to have a baby boy and a baby girl twins, and this is what it sounds like.
Wow, that man's happy. Did he not know they were going to have twins?
Yeah.
Or, he didn't.
Well, okay. So right there, he was saying we hit the jackpot. But the video is going viral after they shared their story. The couple, John and Julie, they were told that they would never be able to have to get pregnant. So they went through actually a few miscarriages, unfortunately, and decided to stop IVF. And then just to their surprise, they got pregnant naturally.
I heard
now
that's
they're
how it
having
usually
twins.
happens. Wow.
Yeah, good for them.
Okay.
Talking about parents, this mom is going viral for one of the greatest parent hacks to get her kids to eat. So you ready for this? This mom will cook her food ahead of time, place the food in a to-go container. She puts it in a brown paper bag and puts it in the front doorstep and acts like it was just dropped off. She'll pick it up.
So they think it's Uber Eats.
Yeah, I
and
see
the
a lot of
kids-
parents doing that.
The kids
Really?
get so excited. And she's serving dinner. They're eating it. Mm-hmm.
Man, my family would have never done. You know what? You don't eat, be hungry. You don't want to eat it? Don't eat it. Dang.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in 15 years, Disney is building a brand new theme park. And if you want to travel all the way across the other side of the world, it is headed to the Middle East. The entertainment giant just announced plans for Disneyland Abu Dhabi, making it their 7th global resort.
Really?
It's expected to open in early 2030s. So we'll see.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first time I heard about that.
Yeah.
Good with that. We come back. It is Wednesday. You know what's up? Adult conversation on the way on Johnny's House. Sports Car Tate McRae on Orlando's number one hit music station. It is 9:18, and this is Johnny's House. It is Wednesday, and it's time for adults to get together and have adult conversation. That's grown folks talking on the radio. Kids should all be in school, so we sit down and talk like adults. But remember, as always, we are on the radio. So we start off the conversation and then you join in. And when you stop doing that, adult conversation will go away. The topic of the day was it yours, RB?
Yes.
All right. The topic of the day is...
well, I was just curious how often you try something new at the movies. Because some people I've been together a long time with my wife. We're going on 25 years together, 20 years married.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you try something and do you just spring it on them? Or do you have to introduce it?
Now, when you brought that up this morning, I was giving it some thought during the show. And I will try something new within my parameters.
Right. It doesn't have to be wild. Doesn't have to be crazy. Just something that you don't usually do.
Now, you know, at this point in my life, I know what my parameters are.
Right. Of course.
Like to the right. What I'm not going up. That's not. No, I'm not going. I'm not doing that either. So within the spectrum of what I do, I try things within there.
Right.
And in a new relationship, pretty much everything is new.
Right. Of course.
You're saying
that's what I'm saying. I've been a long time.
Yeah. So for me, but there's certain. And that's a conversation you got to have while you're still dating, and you don't have to ask, but you're like, you ever been on that parameter over there?
Yeah,
or see it on a movie. What do you think about it? Yeah. So
right? Because my thought is like, how do you even come up with something new at this point if you haven't tried something new? Is this you going back into the old tricks that you haven't pulled out yet?
And if you've been in a relationship, you got to make sure your mate is very secure in the relationship, because all of a sudden you try something new.
Right.
You're like, whoa.
Right.
Whoa. Where'd that come from?
Where'd that come from? I ain't never seen that before.
What you been watching? What show? Who you been talking to?
Right.
So when was the last time you tried something new?
25 years ago, right? Maybe 20.
All right.
So mine is I try something new within the parameters of, the parameters in which I.
When was the last time you tried something new?
Well, I do that all the time, but it's in the parameters.
But because he's still in a new relationship. See,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's not an old one, so it's in the new.
Okay.
Ray, how about you? Or do you have parameters? Ray, like I'm always to the left.
No,
right?
no, we talk about it. We talk about things.
Yeah.
And so like we kind of figure out where there's like a no-no.
Well, like for me, I ain't hog tie nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not hog tie people.
That ain't my parameter.
Yeah. Yeah. So but I would say I don't know.
Boy, that got real.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Ray.
I mean,
we're not going to talk about this. We can't do this no more. Johnny said it, right?
Yeah. You know what Ray said? How long we been on the show? 5 hours ago.
Yeah, right.
I would say this weekend. I mean,
now, okay, and adding on to what Brian was saying earlier.
When you guys are fairly new too,
yes,
in the grand scheme.
Do you talk about it, or you just bring it on and say, ha?
It kind of just happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So sometimes it just happens, but
Okay.
sometimes, like if you're getting into the
But here's the
conversation,
thing, y'all fairly new, so everything is kind of new.
to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the basics. It's like when you read a book, you got the
Right.
words.
You got the missionary.
Is it
Yeah.
considered
They're
new
not
because
missionary.
it's a new partner? Is it considered new because it's a new partner?
Yeah. So I mean, you're trying something new with the new partner, and everything is new. If you've never smacked a booty before, then that's new in the
But I can see
relationship.
what
You know what I'm
Brian,
saying?
I can see what you're saying because, like Brian, missionary is missionary no matter who the movie going is with.
You don't know. Well, I mean, there's only
There's
one
one
person.
person.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
I
been with my wife
know,
for a very
but
long
I see
time.
what you're saying,
Yeah.
Nerys.
Yeah, because it's like
Well, what has Nerys said?
trying
What did you say?
old,
She-
old tricks with like a new dog. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, I
Is
mean, they never get old because you keep getting new dogs.
That's true. You got a point. And my thing is, my new tricks again within my parameters.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I gotta be comfortable if I'm gonna try something new. Period.
Well, you need to be comfortable if you plan on getting butt naked with somebody.
Right.
You got to have a sense of comfort.
I feel like some people would step out of their comfort zone and be like, "Sure, let's give it a try." It's
There are people who
Not-
say, what do they say? How does it go? I've tried everything once and most things twice. And I've never said no to something I've never tried before. I've heard people say that. That scares me,
yes, that does.
you know.
Yeah, no,
That confused me. What you just said.
it's just saying.
They
like,
basically do everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The thing is like, hey, how about we bring in a cattle prog, some ice cream, and some bullwhip? Never tried that one. Let's see where it goes.
Right.
Where I would go, oh, hell no.
Right. He'd say, no,
No.
leave the ice cream out.
Yeah. Dairy ain't my thing.
Yeah. Really? Like hot wax ain't my thing. That's not in my parameter.
It's not that hot.
I mean, it's melted, Ray. It comes from fire.
You know what I found out though, Ray? You know what I'm saying? It's the distance.
Yeah. Have you ever like poured it on your hand and you're like, oh, that's not that
It's
hot?
the distance from the wax to the human flesh.
There you go.
I think first time I was out, it might have been a little too close.
How much cool time is it going to get?
I'm not sure how that's necessary. But okay.
It's a pleasure. Oh, hey, you know what? We gonna do that. So the reason you say you had to be comfortable.
Yeah, I got
Ray said over the weekend, it just kind of happened.
Yeah. And I mean, like I've done my fair share of trying something new for the guy, and
But you never said, "Hey, let's try this."
No, I just gotta go for it. Like like a few
So
months
you've
ago.
never you've never seen something on TV or something, or read one of those books or something. You're like, you know what? You've never gone to the person you wouldn't say, "Hey, this seems like kind of fun. You want to try that?"
I think I did it without like verbally talking about it. So like, okay, so a few months ago when I was like kind of, hooking up with this guy, it just all blended together.
just
And then I
happened.
did something for him that was probably new for him. And gosh, that sounds
Let me tell
really
you something.
rough.
Let me tell you something about men. When you try something new for men, they keep one eye on you.
That's what I'm saying.
It's kind of like,
And I kept two eyes. I was like, you okay with her?
Well, in this case, like them, still was a new
thing, yeah.
situation. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
a couple years in and this happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That's a whole different ballgame.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were still in the new phase anyway. So that's
Yeah.
okay.
Because I can imagine being 25 years in, and all of a sudden you're like, "Hey, what
Right.
hey!
Right. Whoa. First of all,
Whoa!"
where has that been for 25 years?
Yeah.
But second of all, who the hell you been talking to?
What you watching?
Or if it was pleasurable, like you say, where have you been for 25 years? And let's keep going. Let's not stop.
Right.
Let's keep this. Woo.
But I got to take tomorrow off so I can surveil you. Follow a few car links behind, find out where you learned that.
407-919-1067, XL Mobile 41067. Live streamers, we want to talk to you. When's the last time you tried something new? And I want to hear it twice. If you've been in a short-term relationship and if you've been in a long-term relationship, we definitely want to talk to you. Last time you tried something new at the movies, 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. The way it works, we just talk to you. Now you got to call and talk to us on Johnny's House. 9:36. Britney Spears and Toxic. Is this the song you said was on your playlist?
No.
Which one was it?
No, that is Lucky.
Lucky.
I wish we could play that.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Early morning, she wakes up. That's a jam right there. Don't get mad.
I don't know if it's the jam.
It is.
The jam.
It hits hard.
It slaps, as the kids say.
It slaps. All right, it's adult conversation. Grown folks talking on the radio, trying to find out the last time you tried something new at the movies. Let's talk to Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Last time you tried something new at the movies?
Last time it was about 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And let's just say it's
How long you been in a relationship?
6 months.
Okay, so everything's fairly new.
Yeah. And so I had brunch with some girlfriends about 3 weeks ago. And of course, you know, girls talk, we share things. And one of my girlfriends brought up something new that her and her man were trying while watching the movies. And she said it just changed the dynamic in a good way. So, of course, after a couple of mimosas, went home, told my boyfriend about it. And his eyes like immediately lit up. And I was like, what do you think? And he was like, absolutely. So he tried it. And let me tell you something, Johnny and Johnny's house. Yes, it'll be a regular while watching the movie.
Really?
Wow.
So you've added something new to the menu.
Yes, sir.
And just because you were talking to your dirty friends.
Yes. So it was something that the male will use while going to the movies with his, you know.
Yeah. We know. Yeah. We know. Wow.
Yeah.
I've always heard of those things. It's not something that I never looked up to see what it's for.
You wouldn't.
I know what they are, but have you?
No, absolutely not.
I never knew what they were
Me
for.
either.
Yeah.
Me either.
So I mean, where y'all have one in the house? Did y'all have one in the house? Or did you have one in the house, or did you bring one home?
Amazon.
No, Amazon. Thank you, Brian.
Really? Seriously? I was kidding.
You can buy all that on Amazon.
Can you?
Absolutely.
I don't want that on my list.
You can buy anything from Amazon.
I mean, I know that in my mind. I just never thought that was on the list.
So you didn't try it that night. You got Amazon to bring it, and then y'all tried it.
Yeah, next day delivery.
So I feel like that's got to be suggested by you.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's not something I can just show up with.
Right. But he was awful. His eyes like perked up, and I was like, okay. Of course, I had like, you know, liquid courage because I normally would have never like kind of brought it up had I not had mimosas. But after that, I was like, let's do it. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah. And
that would be kind of weird,
huh?
What? Why?
Yeah.
As a man,
I don't know the purpose.
Me either. That's why I was
no one's
stuttering.
judging anybody. We just don't understand it.
I don't understand.
Okay.
As a man, I don't understand it. I don't.
But it was good. It was.
Okay, I'm put you on.
Yeah, because I don't know what you're about to say. But
exactly.
You approved.
Yeah.
You 2 thumbs up it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But again, as a man, I don't
understand. I don't understand.
That's why I've never done some research. Yeah, I haven't read up on what it does.
Right, I have to read some Amazon reviews.
Because she's over here talking about
right.
Because
in my mind, that couldn't make someone go from this is cool to oh my god, and so I had to do some research.
I thought you used to have you had problems. That's what I didn't.
Wow.
Okay. Anna, good morning.
That's all you have to say.
Good morning.
All right,
first-time caller.
Hey, first time. You waited till now. I don't think we've ever had a first time caller during this segment. All right. First time caller. We got a number for you.
Yeah, your number is
looking it up right.
5075.
What's your number?
5075.
We're gonna personally welcome you to Johnny's house. All right. Last time you tried something new at the movies.
Last time it was about a few weeks ago with my on and off partner of 5 years. I work in an adult toy store, so I have to be very open-minded about stuff and exploring and trying new things. 2 of the things was
hey, I got a question. Hold on, I got a question for you because I'm afraid what you might say on the air. Working at those stores, do they give you, because you have to be able to explain it to the customers? Do they give y'all like free samples of stuff?
We actually do get sometimes manufacturers bring in extra stuff to get stuff to try out to like give feedback to the other customers. Yeah,
but those things are very, very expensive.
No, they're not. Well, depending on your preferences, pretty much.
Okay. All right. So get ready to touch the
I'm ready.
dumbbell. All right. So what were you going to say? Remember, we are on the radio.
So two of the things. One of them was missionary reverse. That one was pretty surprising, but it worked out well. And the second was I was the man, and we.
Okay, we're gonna put you on hold right there. We're gonna put you on hold right there.
Gracious.
Had to go ahead and stop you there, Anna.
Or she didn't stop her at reverse.
Because I didn't know. I'm still trying to imagine what you're talking about.
Yeah, your eyes squinted over there. You're like, but what?
These things I'm gonna look up after the show.
Reverse.
Everybody, clap your hands.
Now do it with no hands.
Here's the crazy thing. Brian and I sitting here trying to analyze what this person is saying, and Ray, you're like, "Well, y'all like all surprised." So.
I'm like, surprised you didn't stop her at the reverse part.
I didn't.
Well, I mean, because that wasn't anything bad.
Oh,
okay.
But hey, when she said
But her pretending to be a boy is bad?
Well, we don't know what was coming next.
Thank you. It wasn't that.
You got to anticipate. I didn't jump her.
If she stopped right there,
right,
I'd have stopped. But she said, first, I'm going to be the boy.
Right. We don't know how in-depth the description of that's going to be.
And then I'm going to go outside and cut
Look,
grass.
we're just trying to make sure you got a job tomorrow.
She
That's what we're trying to do.
You can clean it up.
Hey, Anna.
Yes, sir.
Call Ray. All right.
I don't want to know. We just ask him to call and then we shut him down.
Ray, I just got to be
because
careful.
we can only go so far. What? You didn't just start radio. You know I can't.
But she could have cleaned it up.
She didn't clean, Ray,
We don't know her like that.
She didn't clean up reverse. That wasn't clean.
Okay.
It was passable, but it wasn't clean.
Okay.
The next thing she was going to explain is how that worked.
No, I get it.
Well, the only
and that's
way
what we
that
do
worked.
during adult
No, no, no,
conversation
no.
is clean it up by explaining how it works.
The only way she can explain that
Is by
gets
going through the back door, by putting
Stop.
on accessories.
See, even what you just said's too much, but you work here.
That was clean, though.
That's your content. Well, it depends.
Yeah.
When
It
you
was
start
clean.
talking about
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna end, and Anna Ray, she's on the phone. I tell you what, why don't you
I
ask
don't
her?
know. I don't even care.
I just want.
I don't want to know. I just want to say, because we call them, we tell them to call up.
But what's the first thing I say? Remember you're on the
Remember that-
radio.
yes.
Even though we're talking freely, we're on the radio.
But we always
and when she
say-
said, you pretend to be, whatever came after that was not radio friendly. I can almost,
Okay.
I tell you what, I'm gonna talk to her when we get off. I'll find out what she got to
But
say.
that's the phone screener's job, isn't it?
or at the very least, not worth the headache. Like
Nerese went out last night. You think I'm gonna trust her screening ability?
Listen, I can take it right now.
Love my girl to death, but you think she was out?
I can take it right now.
No. I'm gonna talk to her. I tell you what, we're gonna
okay.
take a break.
Yeah.
I'll come back, and if I'm
I'm
wrong,
gonna
I'll
see how she
apologize.
would clean it up.
All right. We'll be.
Well, she's had plenty of time now to think about it
Yeah.
too. We're going about on the fly.
Yeah, I want to say soon as she said, I'll talk to her in a second. It's
Okay.
9:44. 9:48. Time for us to get out of here. I did take the call, and we couldn't have put that on the air at all.
Yeah.
Not even close. Well, as Ray said,
I gave her the benefit of the doubt, but we are using this as a learning experience.
And Nerese, anyone even close, you can't clean that up.
I got you.
We're good?
10-4.
All right, we're all good. And for those of you on the XL Mobile, stop reading lips.
No, the YouTube. The live
YouTube,
YouTube.
yeah. YouTube, stop reading lips. I must have said it out loud. They read it. See, there goes what I was saying before. That's way outside of my boundaries.
Yes.
That's way out. Don't even come from the outside. Because that shows you way more advanced than I want to go.
But you ordered that other thing today, ain't you?
No, I'm gonna look it up, but I'm not gonna order it.
I looked it up.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, explain to me off there.
Yeah, I can't really explain it on the air.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
I mean, it prolongs. It takes a short film and turns it into a double disc Titanic.
Well, what if you don't have a problem with that?
The problem or not?
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Ray. Let's get up out of here. What you got going on?
I have the kids later on, and that's pretty much it today.
Okay. Nerese?
Yeah, just doing some work, basic stuff here, and then taking it easy.
All right. And Brian Grind?
Nothing. Just a whole bunch of radio shows to do. I got to go cuss somebody out. But other than that,
a typical Wednesday.
Yeah. Or I'm going to talk myself down so I don't get in trouble. But I'm leaning towards cussing someone out.
Ryan Seacrest, it's all yours. Have a beautiful day, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.